Hey there, Evan Ciliason here, founder of the Northwest School of Aromatic Medicine and Higher Mind Incense. And today I felt like sharing something with you that I find to be super helpful as somebody who experiences a lot of brain fog from time to time, cloudiness, and times where I just have a lot of trouble focusing. I know there's a lot of people out there that experience the same thing. These days brain fog and mental focus are increasingly apparent issues with people, not just in the elderly, but statistics are showing that more and more people, even in their 30s, experience some sort of cognitive decline. With complaints about their memory or their ability to be clear in their thoughts, general cognitive functioning issues. And there's a lot that might be contributing to this. And everyone has different factors that might be leading up to it, like their diet or environmental factors, different stresses and technology, especially if they're sitting in front of a computer for hours each day or scrolling on their iPhone too long, like so many people do these days. But in addition to taking a step back from the computer or phone screen, or changing your diet, or maybe using a powerful tool like meditation to strengthen your mental faculties and your focus, in addition to that, one of the things that's really helped me and millions of other people all around the world for ages is the use of incense. Aromatic plants, they have this amazing power to affect the inner workings of our minds, helping to even strengthen the memory and, helping people recall things that they've forgotten years ago. And there's a handful of really beneficial aromatic plants that are traditionally used as incense to enhance cerebral functioning and to relieve mental exhaustion and actually, strengthen concentration, and also have an effect on both short-term and long-term memory. A lot of them have also been proven to improve visual motor response speed in different human trials. And in addition to their direct effect on brain activity, a lot of these plants also have a positive impact on the nervous system at the same time, which can actually help reduce, the stress and anxiety that might be contributing to people having that trouble focusing or, experiencing some sort of cognitive decline. Some aromatic plants are even mild sedatives, which can help people, with worried minds or people who overthink a lot. So I want to share a few of these plants with you so that you have them in your toolkit. If you're somebody or somebody who's having trouble finding focus in their day and could really use something to boost that mental clarity and give them some really positive and natural stimulation in their brains, without having to have any more caffeine. I'm also going to give you a really simple and quick incense recipe that you can easily put together, to have all these different multiple effects in one incense blend. So one of my favorite incense plants that I use to help me focus when, for instance, I'm writing for hours on end, or when I'm spending just a lot of time on the computer, this plant that helps me stay focused and helps boost my awareness is sandalwood. Sandalwood is a sedative, and it's a nervine that Buddhists and Hindus have used for ages to enhance the mind during meditation. It also helps maintain sharper awareness and is used in Ayurveda to clear the mind and the senses, and also help to balance out the nervous system with its tonifying and its cooling properties. For me, even just taking a whiff of a vial of sandalwood powder that I keep on my desk honestly helps me feel more focused immediately when I'm working on the computer. And this is also one of the first incenses that comes to mind for me when I'm feeling ungrounded or unfocused. The one thing to keep in mind with sandalwood, though, is that certain species are endangered. So you need to practice, using a little bit of caution when you're actually sourcing it. You can check out my blog post on sandalwood to learn more about that, the sustainability of it. But another important incense botanical I love for the mind is benzoin resin. Again, this is another incense that's been widely used in temples all across Asia to aid in meditation because it's just so good at promoting mental focus. which is super important in meditation and prayer. Benzoin also has sedative properties like sandalwood, which is really helpful for people who worry too much, or they have really overthinking minds, or they even experience mental exhaustion. But benzoin is great for overall mental clarity and sharpened awareness. And another one of my favorites is rosemary. Most herbalists and aromatherapists, they know that rosemary is one of the best botanicals to help improve memory. Physicians from thousands of years ago knew about this too. Rosemary is a stimulant and a nervine at the same time, and it enhances concentration and also lowers cortisol levels associated with stress. So when you inhale it as incense or essential oils, it calms the heart while bringing a sharpness to your thought process. And for thousands of years, rosemary's been used as a study herb that helps people concentrate while also retaining the knowledge that they're learning about. And it's a really great one to add to an incense blend for the mind. All right, one more aromatic that I love to use for focus is agar wood, or also known as aloes wood. And this is an Eastern botanical that has rejuvenative qualities and is super efficient at enhancing cerebral function. It also has a really strong effect on the nervous system as well, so it's great at helping you reach a state of calm in your heart and mind, so you have more capacity within yourself to relax, so you can focus more in the moment. And in traditional Chinese medicine, agar wood is used to treat mental exhaustion and obsessive thinking, also to help strengthen cognitive function in general. And this is definitely one of the most popular incenses in Japan and other parts of Asia, and also the Middle East. And it's one of the main incense plants used in the Japanese incense ceremony, the kodo, which is all about taking a step out of daily life to meditate and focus on the different aromas and the effects of the different plants that are burned in that ritual. We offer some biodynamically grown aloes wood in our shop at highermindincense.com if you're interested, or if you want to learn more about that really special incense. So yeah, that's just a few of my personal favorites. There's of course many others that I could just go on about, like juniper and frankincense, cinnamon, which I have here, Palo Santo, even pine resin, and a lot of others. But I also want to share with you a quick and super basic loose incense recipe that you can make at home. If you're not familiar with loose incense, it's an incense in powder form, or kind of has a granola consistency sometimes, that you burn on incense charcoal in an incense burner like I have here. And again, if you want to learn more about that, you can read my traditional incense crafting blog post on the website. It explains loose incense a little bit better. So to make this mental clarity blend, you're going to simply be mixing all of these different powders together, starting with 3 parts of sandalwood. In this case, I'm using a teaspoon, so 3 teaspoons of sandalwood, and 2 parts of benzoin powder, and 1 part of cinnamon powder. And then you're going to mix it all together really nicely. And then when you're done, just take a small pinch at one time and place it on your red hot charcoal and enjoy it. And if the cinnamon is too spicy or intense for you, might be for some people, you can try substituting it with a different aromatic like aloes wood or frankincense, and you'll probably notice the effects of this incense right away. And after burning it one time, you'll probably be feeling it, but if you use it a few times a week or even a couple times a day for a little while, it'll likely be much more effective for you. And with incense, just like with any other herbal medicine or any kind of prescription that you have, these are really potent medicines that you're working with. So it's good to not overdo it. Something like a few days in a row, on and off for a couple weeks can make a really big difference in how you feel. And then after that, I suggest giving it a break and just, burn it every now and then until you feel the need to have another stronger session of doses again. But definitely taking a break from burning single incenses for days on end is super important. And I'll also just add a quick note here that you should definitely consult with your physician or herbalist or aromatherapist if you have one before you try this out, because I'm not your doctor and I don't know what's going on with you personally with your health. So please don't take what I'm recommending here as personal medical advice. But again, this basic recipe here is really super easy for beginners making incense. There's definitely a lot more to making incense, of course, especially if you want to learn to make your own incense sticks or cones, or the more different complex formulations of loose blends, whether you're making incense for ritual or medicinal and therapeutic uses, or you're just making incense to enjoy it for its fragrance. But for now, go ahead and try this super simple recipe out. It can help clear away brain fog, help stimulate your mental faculties so you can feel more present and connected throughout your day. And one more thing too, every person is going to be different and every plant is different. So you might have to experiment a little bit and find out which of these plants are going to work best for you individually, and which plant aromas you like best as well. It's important. And if you do want to learn more about the different effects of all the different incense plants, I have a few plant monograph blog posts on my website at aromaticmedicineschool.com that talk a little bit more in depth about these plants. And I also have 2 different ebooks that you can find on my website under the Programs tab on the main menu that go into a lot more depth with a lot of different plants that you can work with as incense that help in this area and many other areas as well. But I hope this video was helpful to you. That's it for now. If you like this video, please help me out by sharing it with somebody you know, somebody who might benefit from it. And please also leave a comment under this video. I'd love to hear from you. Again, this super basic recipe is 3 parts sandalwood, 2 parts benzoin, and 1 part cinnamon. Thanks again for joining me, and enjoy and take care.